coming to you from the Edge Podcast Studios at South Mountain, Phoenix, Arizona. Welcome to the Edge Podcast with Mike G. Buckle up, Edge Nation. It's about to get real.
I'm Mike G with the Edge Podcast, and let's get started.
Cool. Yay.
Joannah Zamora, tell me a little bit about yourself.
So I kind of like Eric from the Bicycle Nomad. I'm neither from here nor there. Because I was born in New Mexico and then lived there for a bit, and then
Where about in New Mexico?
I was born in Las Vegas, New Mexico.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Kind of cool.
I know where that's at.
Yeah, they have like a World College there and like Natural Springs, and back in the old days, the Wild West was like one of the most like infamous places of the Wild West back
Las
in the
Vegas,
day.
New Mexico.
Yeah,
Yeah.
had like the most hangings back there or whatever. Anyway, so that's where I was born.
Right. Okay.
And then I grew up in Illinois, so I really think I'm from Illinois.
So you're kind of like a Chicago.
No,
Not Chicago.
Not Chicago.
Where'd you grow up in?
The Quad Cities.
Quad City.
I
Tell
grew
me
up in
about the
Rock
Quad.
Island, Illinois.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
It's cool.
What did you do there? Would you go to high school and all that?
I went to Rock Island High School.
Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, everybody in Rock Island High School, just give a shout out right now to Joanne Zamora. She's famous. It's
They all see me.
Be jealous.
They all see me on Facebook and everything.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And so you're being, now you have an entire following called Rock Island High School.
Maybe. I don't know.
Band camp? Are they the devotees?
No.
Devotees.
No, they're doing their own thing.
Everybody grew up and left.
Yeah.
Got
Well,
it.
actually, I don't know. The good ones.
So tell me
Just kidding.
how did you end up in Arizona? Was there a spot that you went to before? Or
Well,
did you just come straight
I
here?
lived in New Mexico. I moved back to New Mexico for school.
Did you?
I got an awesome scholarship, the lottery scholarship.
Really?
I graduated. I moved there like my last semester of high school. Graduated, then went to college right after, and they pay for like 75% of the tuition.
Wow.
Yeah, if you like fulfill all the criteria.
Mhm.
So I did
So
that.
You're smart.
Yeah.
So you did. Good. What did you study?
I started with an anthropology degree.
Really?
Mhm.
Come on.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I still, when I make enough money, I still want to get my anthropology degree.
Really?
Yeah.
Come on. Okay.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do with that?
Just learn.
Study people?
Oh man, people are amazing. Like they're so fascinating.
Yes.
Like
My
the
favorite are
most-
the homeless.
I gravitate towards like the homeless, prisoners, and like at-risk youth.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are some good case study groups because of what they go through and how the
Yeah,
struggle is real for them.
exactly.
And it's like they're real people.
Yeah.
When I say I like the homeless the most, I like to watch them and learn about them. And then I'm the guy that always like gives up a buck or $2, you know, when you're driving by them, if I have it.
Yeah.
And, but I have a friend, his name is Ryan Corey, and Ryan is, I don't know if he's the director or if he's somebody like at that level, for St. Vincent de Paul.
Okay.
And they run, you know, multiple cafeterias throughout the city in
cool.
Phoenix. And I got the opportunity to go and spend a Wednesday with them, an evening, and feed the homeless. And they're just, their kids were there studying homework. You know, they have a little space for them to do their homework and stuff. So it was really great.
It's awesome.
Yeah. So they'll always be with us, right?
Well, it's just like interesting, like you say, when people go through that struggle. What I'm just like most interested about, and like the most valuable information that they have to give is like when they get out of that struggle, what it is that they have to tell people, like to contribute to society with that wisdom and that information.
Well, how do they make it off the streets?
Yeah. Or like when, you know, like people who come out of prison, just like how do we reintegrate people who've gone to prison, they've done their time. How do we reintegrate them back to society, you know?
It's difficult because for the most part, I mean, if they're felons, they've lost a lot of their rights.
Like how do we get them back to work? Like just like a normal life. Because I feel like when you get out of prison, like you've done your time, like you've paid your debt
to society,
yeah.
and it's time for you to be able to. And I think that the best place for people that have done their time, they've come out, and now they're ready to integrate, is to own their own business.
I think so.
Because it's really tough to get a good paying job with a felony?
Well, I think a lot of felons are natural born hustlers too. I think that's why a lot of them ended up in prison.
I like you. I'm a natural born hustler. I just never been caught.
It's okay to like be a hustler.
Yeah, for
just
real.
be smarter about it.
So your hustle is music.
Yes.
So tell me, how did you get involved in music? Like, what got you started?
I'm like, music is like my life. Like, I just sing all the time. Like, even at the jobs that I hated, I would like sing, like, to make the time go by, or just like make it more enjoyable.
You're like that one that was at like Pizza Hut, and you're in there making the
Yeah.
pizzas, just singing along. That's what Eminem did.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I can't stop. It's just, I don't know.
It's in your DNA.
Yeah. But so I decided I saw this movie Chicago, the musical.
Yes.
When I saw
one of my favorites. Yeah.
Yeah, that like sparked something.
Mike
in me.
G loves musicals. Shut up. I do. I love them.
So when I saw that, I was like, man, I love that. Like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
So I was real big into theater, and I tried out for a musical, and I totally bombed the song.
Oh,
I sang My Funny Valentine by Frank Sinatra.
Really?
Yeah. And it was horrible.
Can you do it now?
Oh, God. I haven't even tried.
You get a do-over here on the Buzz or on the podcast. That'd be fun.
Maybe later.
Look at you, chicken.
But then what made it even worse is my brother tried out for the same musical, and he got in.
It?
And then what was even worse, he got in every musical after that.
Oh,
So I was like, man, I was like, maybe I'm not good at this. But I at least played guitar, so I still kept that.
Yeah, and you've been playing guitar for quite some time. When did you start playing guitar?
When I was 14.
You were 14.
Yeah.
And you're 20 now.
No. I'm 26 now.
You have a very young face, though.
That's good.
Yeah.
I eat well and I exercise.
Good.
I stay happy.
Yeah.
No stress. As much as I can.
How do you get away from stress? How do you deal with that?
Breathing.
Yeah.
A lot.
Do you do yoga?
No.
It's
just when I encounter a stressful situation, I literally have to breathe.
Got it. Yeah. Well, that's Tantra. I mean, breathing is all about bringing in life, right? And exhaling death.
Yeah.
And you get to create that every moment.
Yeah.
So cool.
So, but back to how I got into music. So about like a few years ago, when I first moved here, I started taking voice lessons. And then
who's your voice teacher? Well, shout out.
Or Gina Rose.
Yeah,
she's like my business mentor and like my vocal coach.
Shout out, babe.
Yeah.
Good times. All right.
Yeah. And she helped me put the EP together and everything.
Really?
Yeah, she did a lot of the work.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of the connections and groundwork and stuff.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Good shout out.
So she just she heard me singing, and she's like, like, I usually don't present this to people that early. And she could only like take on so few clients, but she's like, do you want to make a CD? And I was like, I guess so. I was like, sure, why not? And like, I always wanted to be a singer. I just like, it was just like, when you do something and you just go for it.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, I'm doing it. Like, I can't stop now. So
it's almost like you make the decision and everything falls into place.
Kind of like jumping off a diving board. It's like once you jump, you can't go back.
Yeah, you're pretty much, that's it. You're
it.
in the air.
Yeah.
All right, brace for the landing.
Yeah,
hopefully the water is deep enough. You're right.
Yeah,
it's just awful. Yeah, so when you got started in music, what was your major influence, or who was your major influence?
Alicia Keys.
Really?
And Amy Winehouse.
How am I not surprised?
Why? They're like, Alicia Keys, I think, is the greatest singer on earth.
Yeah, definitely.
She's like my number one. She's my queen.
And you've got a range too.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
Well, yeah, because I idolize them, know, and they have amazing.
But why
ranges.
Amy Winehouse? I just gotta know.
She's just so like different and unique, and she's just so irreverent, like I am too.
Really? You just don't strike me as irreverent.
I am.
Are you?
My jokes are.
Well, we've only hung out at a coffee, and we're putting
People
on
who
our
are very proper. They don't appreciate
putting
my
on
sense
our
of
best
humor.
face at the moment. It was a first meetup. It was pretty cool.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Talked about like time travel and teleportation.
Right? It's just some of the weird, edgy shit I talk
so
about.
Cool. I
don't know
love
what.
that stuff.
So that's great. So Alicia Keys and Amy Winehouse is the backbone behind the music.
Yeah.
And then we get to hear the music. So I'm excited to hear some of that. She has her guitar with her, and because she just dropped this EP. Was it last?
About 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, yeah. It's brand new.
Yeah.
God, I feel so lucky. How many podcasts have you been on?
This is my first one.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Will this not be your last time? So
Okay.
I'm excited about that too.
Yeah.
So, Joannah, you're gonna perform a song for us.
Yes.
And it's off your EP. And which song are you gonna do?
This song's called Happiness Ain't a Sin. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay. Well, you just keep waiting for the day when it's your turn, watching from the sidelines while your candle burns, quiet and complacent, follow all the rules, keep in line and smile so they like you. But life don't come with instructions. Sometimes you just gotta jump in to what your heart is calling, 'cause happiness it ain't a sin. It's not a sin. We're so damn critical. We can't stand to love ourselves, searching for a million ways, a million things to make us feel fulfilled. We're missing the point. Will anger and pride seize the raging storm inside? Thoughts that if anyone knew, they'd see the real you. Oh, is that who you want to be? Life don't come with apologies. Sometimes you just gotta forgive. Let go to be free, 'cause happiness it ain't a sin. It's not a sin. Life don't come with instructions. No greater plan from God. No, 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 no. This life is what you make of it. Will you waste it or rise to a higher call? Happiness it ain't a sin. Happiness it ain't a sin. Happiness it ain't a sin. Where you wasted, rise to a higher call.
Wow. That was yummy. And then hashtag now it's resolved.
Now it's resolved.
That's fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah, my
So
pleasure.
happiness is not a sin. What's the name of your EP?
Songs for the Authentic Soul. Yeah,
I like it.
yeah.
Songs for the authentic. So
Yeah.
so there's a line in there where you say, that it's not coming to you. It's not coming from God. It's within you.
No greater plan from God.
Right. Yeah.
Life don't come with instructions. No greater plan from God.
God damn, you're good.
This life is what you make of it.
Yeah.
Will you waste it? Rise to a higher call. Yeah.
I love it.
And by the higher call, I mean like the thing that's within you that makes you want great things in life. Yeah.
Your passion.
Just whatever it is that you feel like you have to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that dream. It's that which wakes you up in the morning.
That purpose.
I have a 5 a.m. Alarm on my phone, and I wake up consistently at 4:45.
Wow, that's interesting.
I don't know why, but I wake up and I'm like, I gotta go do something, and then I go do something.
Wow, no, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Because I feel like just every living thing it has like a purpose, like it has a desire to fulfill its life.
I think we all want to sing.
Yeah.
Like in some way. And it may not be singing
way.
or playing guitar, but it may be what makes the world sing a little bit.
Yeah, just whatever,
Yeah.
because only you can do it.
Mm-hmm.
There's just some things that only you can do.
I love that. That's a great message.
It's
Thank
true.
you for bringing it to the world.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
My
Scoot up a
pleasure.
little bit
Sure.
so we can get you, so that we don't have to mess with the mic.
No problem.
All right. So we're back to interview time,
Okay.
because that's what we're going to call it from now on.
Sure.
We're
no
doing
problem.
interview time. So
Yeah.
what inspired you to write this album?
Oh.
Now I know your was it your coach? What was her name again?
Or Gina.
Orgina. So I know Orgina said, "Hey, do you want to make a CD?" But
I've written songs before then, actually.
Okay.
But I have some of them I've just like kept on the back burner.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually had 2 of these songs I think written before she suggested that to me. One song I wrote is called "I'm Free." And
can we hear that one later?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I like it.
And I wrote that one just because a lot of my songs come from like feelings of frustration.
That's great.
Yeah. Just because, I got to get it out in some way.
You're right.
And for me, like, that's a great way to do it.
Oh, yeah.
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 And it's just, it's a way for me sometimes to tell people to F off. But it's also a way for me to give people wisdom as well. Just considerations, new perspectives.
Yeah. Well, and you deliver it in a way that's passionate, and you've got an amazing voice.
Thank you.
And a lot of different range.
Thanks.
I love that. I mean, yeah, it's really good.
Like I say, like to like my drummer and like my other producer, Mike Mattingly, I'm like, I'm a servant to the music. I'm a servant to the song. It's just what the song needs. It's not me. It's not about me writing it. It's like the song needs that.
That is so new age. You're such a hippie.
I totally am. When I was like a little kid, I wanted to be a hippie so bad. I was like, man, why couldn't I have been born in the 60s? I could
Right.
be a hippie.
I was born in the 60s.
It's cool now though, because now we have like new age
Just
hippies.
don't wear patchouli.
I love that scent though.
It's nasty.
Oh, patchouli.
God. Yeah, it's bad.
It smells good.
It doesn't. It's really bad. It smells like you pooped yourself.
No,
That's
it
what
doesn't.
It smells like. I don't know anybody who would want to put on, like a perfume to smell homeless. That's just awful. It's the worst.
That's just
smell.
your association
I know.
with
Yeah,
it.
it is. It's bad. It's bad. All the times that I used to hang out with my boys. Around the.
I think it smells great. I love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Okay.
That's all right. So our first fight.
No.
I'm kidding.
What did they call it? Irreconcilable difference.
Irreconcilable. You and I can never be a couple. I can't stand this stuff.
That's okay. We could be good friends.
We could be good friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that idea.
Yeah.
It's
Me
pretty
too.
great. So then you have, terrible taste in
Incense.
cologne or whatever.
I have
Perfume.
a good
But you're
taste in music.
you do have very good taste in music. And I think that as you begin to expand and you start to sing and you start to have, like, you got a gig coming up this Sunday at the Rhythm Room.
Yes.
So unfortunately, we won't release this until afterwards, but
that's okay.
But we get to talk about it.
Yeah.
And then the next time we talk, we'll get to talk about what it was like. So where else have you performed?
Oh, so my first performance in Phoenix was at a restaurant called Le Chalet.
Le Chalet.
Yeah,
Okay.
unfortunately, it's not open anymore because the owner, I guess something happened with the ownership and he had to close the shop.
Oh.
But he's looking to open it again. I think he's got a fun campaign for it going.
Okay.
Yeah, Elaine Keller. He's super cool.
Oh, cool.
He's super nice, and their food was amazing. Anyway, so that was my first performance.
Yeah.
And then I performed at Rhythm Room before.
It's a great little spot.
It is.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think. I performed at like a benefit for this little girl who has cancer. It was like to raise money for her. I did that like 2 weeks ago. So I know a lot of open mics too.
Yeah. Well, and you did, you actually came out and sang for our wisdom group. That was a blast. That's where we met.
Yes.
You know?
I know. Don't you love how things work out that way?
It's perfect.
Yeah.
It really is. I mean, all the people that you know that I know, right?
Yeah.
Didn't know that you knew that I know. Like,
it's amazing.
it turns into a real maze when I start to say it out loud. All the people that you know that I know that I didn't know you know that I know.
It's a tongue twister.
You got to work your way around that one, right? So, but that was really cool. And then Ernesto, I was on the phone with him right before we got started, and I remember I was like, you know what? You're how I met. He's how I met you.
You know, and I know Ernesto from our church, Unity of Phoenix.
Yeah. Okay.
And
talk a little bit about Unity.
I love that. That's my favorite church. That's my number one.
Yeah.
I will never go to another church. I've been to other churches, and it's not the same.
So no longer your number one; it's your one and only.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
got
my
it.
soulmate church.
I got it. All right. Tell us a little bit about Unity. What does Unity teach and believe?
Man.
And what's
so it's Christian based,
discipline?
but it's like a new perspective on the Bible. It focuses more on like love. Not like, it's not so like focused on the idea of like serving God and like just like, I always felt like a lot of Christians that I knew they're like really good people, but they always seem to have like this dragging feeling of like guilt surrounding them. And at Unity, like it's just like you're told that you're perfect just the way you are, like you're just acceptable just the way that you are.
Right.
Like, you're perfect and God loves you for who you are.
Oh.
And it's just like that makes you feel good, you know.
Yeah, it does.
As opposed to like having to fit into a mold and you're always feeling bad because you can never like be as great as God.
There's a lot of those rules that exist, and the more that I pull back from, because I was raised Catholic and became a born again Christian for quite some time, and I went to Bible college, and so I've got a little bit of that in my background, and then I come away from that, and the further I step back from religion as a whole, the more I recognize that this is just a bunch of human beings made that shit up.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
Well, it's sad because it's, I feel like religion is God inspired, but then if you're not the originator of it, I mean, anybody can interpret it however you put it out. And so that's kind of the downside with religion.
Well, the other downside is the older the book, it seems the more true it is. Like that's how people have it. Like the older, well, our book's 6,000 years old, or our book's 3,000 years. It's like the older the book, the more like relevant or real it is.
Yeah.
And I just have to say, well, a lot of the languaging that happens in those books are people who don't have language for what they're experiencing.
Yeah. Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
How do you explain a burning bush or the Holy of Holies?
Yeah.
Right? And in reality, there's a Holy of Holies within us.
Yeah, every one of us. Every one of us has access to God.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Because we're spiritual beings. We can't help it.
We got a little God in us.
I read, the greatest book I ever read was Conversations with God.
Oh, yeah. Neil Donald Walsh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I went to Brazil for 6 months about like 6 years ago.
Really?
And that was like a life-changing experience for me.
I'll bet.
It was
Do any salsa
crazy.
dancing?
Samba.
Samba?
Samba
Okay,
is what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I stand corrected.
But when I came back, I just missed my family so much while I was there. I mean, I learned so much, like as an anthropologist, like learning about like people and just like cultures and just, I didn't know Portuguese for like the first 3 months that I was there. So I really had to rely on like people's body language and their facial expressions to know what they're talking about. You learn a lot about people that way.
Just
it's
kind of
like being
language.
like a toddler again.
Yeah.
Because you have to like know when they're angry or like they're excited.
And now like you sang a song the other day.
Yeah.
It was fully in Portuguese.
Yeah,
and it was beautiful.
I love that song.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorites.
Well, it's a beautiful language too.
Yeah. But when I came back from Brazil, I was like asking my mom, I was so lonely there because it's hard being in another country not having your family.
Yeah.
And I realized who was important and who was not. And I was like in a sorority before I left, and when I came back, I called. I was like, I'm not coming back. That was it.
The sorority stuff is great, but I went to Brazil and now I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, it was life changing. And so I was like bugging her about questions about death and stuff, and I'm just like pressing and asking her, and she's like, I don't know, I don't know how to answer your questions. Wow. She's like, here, read this book, and she like throws Conversations with God at me, and then it's just like, that was the greatest book I ever read. I've read all of them, and basically the idea is that each one of us is like a physical expression of God. Like God is everything essentially. So you can't, like when you're everything, you can't experience yourself because you're just all compacted together. There's no way you can experience yourself unless you take pieces of yourself off to separate yourself so you can experience yourself.
Oh, that is so brilliant.
Yeah, and that's basically the premise of conversation.
I just had this thought that if we really understood this concept called godness, like what the universe is inundated with, I mean, it's everywhere. It's not an enigma. It's just so easy to see in nature and everything else.
It's basically just existence. Yeah, like physical and non-physical.
But then we take little pieces of what we think we know about God, put it in a book, and call it holy.
Yeah. Well, and put it in a box. And to me, like, God is too expansive. Yeah. It's unfair to try and put God into a box. Yeah. Because it's limited. It doesn't encompass everything. Yeah.
And I think even when we get to the point where we're like, oh, we know all about God, we're still going to be missing a lot. You know, I mean, like the big, like Osho and all the other gurus and, you know, in India and et cetera, et cetera. Even Neil Donald Walsh, you know, we still are missing it.
Well, the only way that really I feel like you can experience God is just going within, just like listening and being quiet.
Yeah. And that's breathing.
Yeah. And just having silence for a second, just being silent. There's lots of times where I have to just be silent. And being a musician, that's funny, right? But it's true. Like, you need it for your sanity. And, you know, when you basically, like, I think that when you're connected with God is you get a good feeling of things flow easy. Like, you get inspiration. And just everything, like, flows easily. When you're not connected, things are hard. It's just, stuff's not working out. And it's just, like, I feel like when you kind of, like, listen to your intuition, that's basically, like, you being God.
Yeah. You're connected.
A physical expression of God. Like, you're the piece that God removed of itself to be into the world. That's why I feel like each one of us has, like, our, like, purpose and drive for whatever it is. That's why I feel like each one of us can only do what we can do. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, and we can create a new world with that.
We can create any world we want.
Well, here's what's really cool. Okay, so I have been. You ready to go to the edge?
Of course.
A little bit.
I already thought we were there.
All right, here we go.
More.
So last night, I was invited to check out a group of people called People Unlimited. Okay. And this is a group of people. All right. You ready for this?
Yeah.
They believe in physical immortality. So.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
Physical immortality. And the meeting that they had last night was filled with music. It was like going to church, but there was no God talk. And people got up and they gave their expressions, which was largely around what it is to live as someone who's no longer afraid or a part of the dynamic or the dialogue called "We All Die." And so
that's interesting.
It was very inspiring and at the same time a little weird. Yeah. Quite frankly, and I got to meet Rick and Jim. I'm sorry, he's one of the leaders, and they've been doing this for 50 years. Wow. They've been leading this for 50 years, New York, and then they moved here, and they've been here for a couple decades.
It's amazing.
Had never heard of them before. Yeah. And so another subculture that I'm gonna go.
So interesting.
I know, and here's the scary thing about this. Okay, you got to understand something. They're not just talking about physically living forever, like it's possible someday. They think that within the next year we'll have the technology.
In what way?
We have nanorobots right?
Oh, wow.
The technology that we could send these things injected into your body and remove plaque without having to do anything invasive. You just program these little dudes. They go in and they remove the plaque. So no more heart disease. They can go in and take a look at what's going on with Alzheimer's, because Alzheimer's is plaque growing over the brain.
Interesting.
And they're able to remove that. So, and then there are other things that we can do to prolong life, like resveratrol, which is in red wine.
Oh, okay.
And it's abundant. And the idea is that we were not designed, if you look at the human body, it was not designed to die. It was designed to live on and on and on and on. Yeah, because we constantly replace cells.
That's true.
We're constantly replacing our own cells.
Interesting.
And where the fatigue comes in is, oh God, I forgot what the term was. But there's a fatigue that happens on the body over time, and it shortens these things called teleminides or telemines or something. Okay.
I've never heard of them.
Yeah, this is just my first exposure to it. And it was fascinating to hear what they're doing with genomes and...
Interesting.
Right? So I'm sitting here going, okay, well, now we have a problem, and it's called overcrowding. If we all lived forever, then we have this problem called overcrowding on the planet. Well, the solution for that, according to them, is we just go populate another planet.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Mars is a viable option.
You know, honestly, I really think that this is my being on the edge. I honestly believe that if every one of us had a garden and fruiting trees in our yard, like, we honestly could feed the world.
We could.
Because there are countries, like Brazil is like one of the countries that produces like the most food, yet like a third of their population doesn't get enough food.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's about distribution. It's not about resources.
Well, there are so there's a guy named Jack Harrer, and Jack he lives in he's still alive. He has some health challenges, but for the last 30 something years he has been advocating for the legalization of hemp, because the hemp seed is high in protein and all kinds of good stuff.
3 tablespoons of hemp has 10 grams of protein.
Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy. And it has good fats for your brain.
It's a superfood.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
And it's illegal. And
it is, because I eat hemp seeds.
Well,
de-shelled hemp seeds all the time.
Right. But here's the thing, is that you can't, you for the longest time, you can't grow it without a tax stamp. And that tax stamp was very expensive. And this happened in 1963, 67 or something. And so when Jack discovered that hemp could literally save our world, because we can use the biofuels from it, we can use it for paper, we don't have to deforest anything else. We could stop completely. We can lift the tax. And, you know, with that, the cannabis strain of hemp, right, has all these medicinal purposes that are available to human beings. And what's strange is over the last 60, 70 years, we've been denying the human body cannabinoids.
I never even knew my body needed that.
You have an endocannabinoid system in your body.
I did not know that. That's interesting.
That's an actual thing. My friend Nurse Heather, Nurse Heather from Good News with Nurse Heather. I'm gonna have to turn you on to her podcast. Yeah, she's amazing. And she talks. This is the nurse. She's a nurse. Yeah. She's a cannabis nurse.
Yes, I remember you telling me about her.
Right, yeah. So there's that. So it's like we're all mixed up into all of this that's going on, and then we have these beautiful musicians who come in and like bring joy to the life. Yeah. You know, and so that's kind of one of your spot. That's like that's your play place.
Pretty much, it
that's
is.
Your McDonald's play place.
It is. It's like it's so much fun, you know.
And then you got a great message too. So, and I think that it's born out of your trip to Brazil. Plus
it just
years
is born. It's just born out of like the revelations I've had over life. You know, I think it probably did start in Brazil.
You think so?
Yeah, and then that was like the seed, and then it just like flowered into who I am now.
I like who you are now. Thank you, Brazil.
Thanks.
You give all the credit to Brazil and mom and dad. So samba. So did you get to do some samba dancing?
Yes.
Did you? How are you? Are you good?
I haven't practiced for a while. I mean, I'm sure I could do it again.
Well, this next Tuesday, we're doing swing dancing at Fat Cats. And so you should join us. We got a group of people growing out there.
Okay.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
That's exciting.
Yeah, we get to play with Rick. Rick is the guy who teaches, or Steve. Steve is the guy who teaches. I'm so good with names. I have a photographic memory. I just keep losing the fucking
Well, you keep correcting
film.
yourself.
I know, right?
So.
I have a photographic memory. I just don't have any film.
Funny.
So Steve. So, join us. It'll be fun.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I'll give you the location and all that stuff. And for those of you who are listening, and we do this every week. Sometimes we're at Fat Cats. Sometimes we're at the Deuce. So that's downtown Phoenix. But we'd love to have you come by. Come swing dance with Mike G. And Joannah Z.
Yeah. Mike G, Joannah Z.
Mike G and Joannah Z.
Cool.
So much fun. So, and then, what's next? What are you going to do next?
I'm playing Aziz Pizza for First Friday.
Ooh.
And so that's going to be fun.
Oh, you know who I need to connect you up with?
Who?
Rihanna Deal.
I don't know who that is.
Rihanna has, well, I'm going to tell you.
Okay. I'm listening. Go on.
Rihanna is an artist, and she owns this cute little boutique in Central Phoenix. So it's like, I think it's Fillmore or Garfield and Fifth Street. Is it Fifth Street or Fifth Ave? It's Fifth Street. And she has this cute little boutique, and she does snapbacks, and I'll show you who she is on Facebook. But they do First Fridays, and they open up their little yard because they have a house that they work out of, and you could set up there.
Nice. That's a great idea.
And her husband, Sky, is Sky Brown.
See, you remembered that name.
He's a rapper.
Nice.
He's good.
Yeah?
He's Macklemore good.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. That's
better
amazing.
than Macklemore.
Wow.
Yeah, totally. He's so good. Anyway, so shout out to Sky Brown. Love you, brother. And we had him on the podcast, and then we had a problem with the machine. But anyway.
Oh. Next time. Another day.
He's coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Good.
So we'll put you in contact with her then. Then you'll have another venue.
Nice.
All right.
Thank you.
You're
That'd
welcome.
Be awesome.
And it's downtown, girl.
I know.
That place
I love
is
playing downtown.
Busy. Oh my God. First Fridays down there?
I just I gravitate towards downtown. I tell people.
You told me that.
Yeah, I tell people there's so many great places in Phoenix metro area.
Yes.
But just downtown is my scene. I don't know why. I think because to me it's so urban and gritty and there's traffic and people and that's just my environment I love to be in.
And they've done such a good job with Cityscape. You have you have everything there. Copper Blues. Oh, you need to get into Copper Blues. Yeah, that'll be a blast.
Yeah,
because you got a great stage, lots of presents.
It's fun.
Yeah,
it's a cool place.
Plus the drinking is fun too.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should say this on the fuck it, why not? And by the way, some of the prettiest servers.
Oh, really?
In the world, yeah. They're gorgeous.
Well, they know what they're doing.
Oh yeah, they're gorgeous and they're fun.
Yeah.
So so Copper Blues would be a lot of fun. I love downtown too. I mean, there are so many things down there.
Yeah, there are.
They're the one-off eateries. I mean, and they're good. You know, Switch. It's one of my favorite. Tico's. Girl.
I know, man.
World tour. It's time. Okay.
World tour of downtown.
Pack
Phoenix.
$50. We're going to lunch. It's not that much. Anyway, we'll hit 3 or 4 places. Switch is awesome, and then Durant's, which is right next door to Switch, they're remodeling. And if we go over to 7th Avenue in McDowell, right? There's that whole new. They completely revitalized that neighborhood.
Okay.
So there's all kinds of good stuff over there.
Think about it because I'm thinking about it because there's little pockets and spaces I gotta go to. Gotta check out.
Well, yeah, and then there's the little ice cream places and stuff. So
yeah.
Oh gosh.
You're trying to make me fat or what?
No, Pretty hot and tempting. PHAT. Yes.
PHAT.
Too late. So anyway, I'm flirting. Oh, gosh, I do this all the time, don't I?
I don't think it'll ever stop.
Probably not.
No.
It's just me. So yeah, definitely get out there. And this is why I love Phoenix, because there's so much to do. I mean, we've got mountains.
Every day.
Yeah. Do you hike?
Day.
Do you like to hike?
Yes, I love hiking.
Do you hike? Really? Okay. Challenge accepted. We've got a mountain right over here.
Oh, yeah? I didn't bring my hiking shoes or clothes.
Stop. Whatever.
Yeah.
You don't need shoes.
We'll go rustic style.
Not me, man. I got shoes.
You're just going to make me suffer.
kind of shoes you wearing?
I have some Toms on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not gonna do.
They have holes in the toes.
That's not gonna do.
I've had them for a while.
Jesus, wow.
I just love
You
them.
need boots. You need boots.
I do have boots.
Climb that mountain.
No.
South Mountain is one of my favorite places to go. It's just beautiful, right? And you got Hulbert Trail, and as you get to the top of the trail, they've got a lookout. It's Hulbert Lookout, and it looks like they put together some kind of just a rock formation. It's a rock building made out of rocks, right? You have to see it, but you have the view of the city, and it is stunning.
Oh yeah.
Phoenix is the shit.
It is.
Yes. Anyway.
Cool.
Here we are living on Phoenix. But you live way up north.
I do.
Do
I
you?
live with my mom actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, hi, Mom. Shout out to Mom.
I live with my mom and my sister, my older sister.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Shout out to Mom and sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just
What do they like?
I love living with them actually. Like I love seeing them every day, and it's good.
Familia.
Yeah.
Where's Dad?
I don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's all right. He's somewhere wandering the world.
Dude, I got one of those.
Yeah.
I think mine's in Tucson.
Yeah.
I think.
I'm not sure where he is, but
Is he a world traveler?
no, he's just
a guy.
well, in his own way.
Okay.
In his own way, he is.
Changing subjects now. You're a world traveler. Where have you been?
I am.
Where have you been?
I have been to Spain. I've been to Paris, London. I've been to Aruba. That was like my first international trip.
Oh, wow.
And I've been to Brazil. And that's it. I've never been to Mexico.
Really?
Mm-mm.
And any reason why?
I'm too afraid.
Okay. That's a valid reason.
I just have to go with people who've been there before.
Yeah.
Or just like with a group of people.
And there are certain areas, places you don't want to go to.
Exactly. I don't know where to go and where to not go.
Well, I could tell you.
Okay.
So Cabo's great.
Okay.
Cabo San Lucas. It's right at the tip, at the very bottom of Baja California.
Nice.
It's like and when you go down there, they have the Pacific side, and then they have the inlet side, and on one side it's called Divorce Beach.
Oh, interesting.
Because the waters are really choppy, and you can get undertowed if you go out into the water. It's hazardous.
Wow.
Right. But then on the other side, if you walk across the sand, and it's not far, maybe a football field or a little bit more, you walk across and now you're on Lover's Beach, and it's just calm, and you can see down to the bottom, and it's just cool.
Wow. Sounds beautiful.
You want to go?
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
Cabo.
Yeah.
Cabo it is. So, but stay away from Acapulco. Although it's beautiful, it's dangerous.
Okay.
And then if you go on the other side to the Yucatan Peninsula,
oh, wow.
yeah, you can go on the other side.
See, if I go to Mexico, like I want to go like in Mexico.
Yeah,
I want to go like to Mexico City, and I want to go to this place called Riviera Maya, where they have like temple ruins there. In Cozumel, Mexico.
Cozumel, yeah, I've been there.
And I just want to see.
It's an interesting little island.
Is it?
Yes.
I want to see the ruins.
Do you? Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. So they have some there, and then if you just take the boat across, and you're right there.
Yeah.
And they have the ruins right there as well.
It's so amazing.
It's fun. It's a blast.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mexico. Yeah. So and it's scary, but if you get up to the border, like U.S. border, in Mexico, that's probably not the place you want to hang out.
That's what I hear.
Just don't do that.
Yeah.
Fly in.
Fly in?
Yeah, you gotta
don't drive?
No, don't drive.
Oh, okay.
Fly.
What about Rocky Point?
Rocky Point's not bad. But it's, again, you're crossing the border. You got to drive down.
Yeah. And I have an Audi convertible.
Go with a gang of people.
Yeah.
That's all. Don't bring any guns, though, because they get really pissy if you bring your guns.
I would not bring my gun.
Buy your weed down there.
Okay.
Thanks
for the tip.
You want to keep them in business.
Okay.
Right?
Make friends.
Plus, they'll throw your ass in jail if you bring that shit across the border.
Oh, no, I wouldn't.
Don't do that.
Yeah, no thanks.
And I know a guy. So
shout out to him, too.
Yeah, what's up, Jesus?
He's building your business.
He's got a website. No, I'm kidding. Hashtag get weed from Jesus.
Jesus weed. Hashtag
yes,
Jesus
I
weed.
love it. Jesus weed. He's got his own strain now. Just made that shit up. This is the most creative show you've ever been on. Oh, what a blast. Jesus weed. Hashtag Jesus weed. You heard it here first. Yep. Rocky Point, baby. Puerto Peñasco. Yeah. You can rent these little houses, not houses, like little, they're big houses, for like a couple $100 a weekend.
Oh.
And you could get 10 people. Well,
Yeah.
10 people will fit in there.
Okay.
20 if you know,
Cool.
if
so
you're.
yeah, it's worth it having a group.
Heck yeah. It's a lot of fun.
I mean, I would want to go with a group
Yeah.
anyway.
Well, let's see if we can't get the Edge podcast to grab a bunch of people.
Sponsor a
and
trip.
yeah, we'll head down. That'd be fun.
Cool.
Oh my God, when do we do that? We'll have to be summertime.
Yeah.
We have to do that in summertime. It's hot as fuck down there. You think it's hot
Is
here?
it?
Yeah. In summertime, yeah, it's muggy. Well, it's on the ocean,
Interesting.
kind of. No, it's not the ocean. It's not the ocean. It's the inlet. What do you call it?
I don't know.
There's ocean water in there, and they have really good shrimp.
Oh man, I bet.
Come on,
Anyway.
Anyway, I just had a moment, man, thinking about some delicious shrimp. I think we'll probably go to Filiberto's and handle that.
Oh my gosh.
What are you doing after work? There's a Filiberto's trip in our future. So, so what's happening next for you is you're going to get a big record deal, right?
I don't want a record deal.
You don't? No, that's right. You told me.
I don't want a record deal because I want to be an independent artist and control my music, and I just want to be like connected with the people who really enjoy my music.
Yeah.
And just, I just want to build it from the ground up like any entrepreneur.
Yeah.
I just I want to create the foundation, and I want it to be mine.
Got it.
So I want it to be my own.
You want to have your own, kind of like Macklemore and Ryan Lewis.
Exactly.
Those two guys are really unique.
Yeah.
And they're huge. And you can be too, for sure.
Yeah.
All right.
And they're independent.
They are independent.
Yeah.
That's the coolest thing about them.
Yes.
You know?
So that's what I want. That's, for me, is just playing more and just, meeting more people. Because, the more that I play, the more opportunities I get. It's crazy because I just played for like 2 songs at your party, and I met you, and I'm here.
That's true.
Yeah. And then even at the coffee shop that we were at, I played a little bit more once you left.
Yeah.
And the guy who plays saxophone every Saturday there shows up, and we were playing together.
What?
And
I missed that?
Yeah. And now he's the one who got me this gig at Z's Pizza for next Friday.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
Just keep playing.
Just keep playing,
That's
dude.
it.
That's it.
You have a website, right?
Yes.
What is it?
It's JoannahZamora.com.
JoannahZamora.com. Gosh, I think I've heard that name before. So let's go ahead and pull that up on the screen real quick. JoannahZamora.com. So if you want her music, you can go to JoannahZamora.com. You can also go to bandcamp.com/Joannah Zamora.
Yeah. Or
And
you can just Google Songs for the Authentic Soul.
Songs for the Authentic Soul. We're going to
pull
put
it
that up on our description.
That's
so
probably the best way to find me, actually.
Yeah, and you'll have a link to it and everything like that. So that'll be great.
Yeah.
And then if you're looking for Joannah anywhere else on social media, you're going to want to do the @JoannahZ, and that's JoannahAh. Why did I say Eche? Joannah, JoannahZZ. And you can find her everywhere else on social media. So, and you have a YouTube channel.
Yes.
It's Joannah Z. Right.
Yes.
So check her out on YouTube. Oh my God! And you know what? And I wish we had more time. We'd pull up a song off YouTube and see what you got. But you promised that you were going to sing one more for us, right?
Yeah, we can do I'm Free. I want to sing
let's
that
do
one
I'm
for
Free.
you.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go ahead and set up. And thank you, Joannah, so much for playing this for us. And
my pleasure.
So once again, on the Edge podcast with Mike G, we have Joannah Z, and she's about to sing
I'm Free.
I'm Free.
Yeah. I'm a woman of conviction. Don't you make me wrong. I'm a woman of suspicion. Don't you mess around. Can't be told what to do. Can't be told what to be. I can't be told where to go. All I know is I'm free. Driving faster down the desert road, feel that western wind whistle in my ear. I'd have made it and I'm here. Everything just passed the threshold of my fear, and I know that you can't catch me, 'cause I'm free. You won't ever see no chains on me. You can't reach me, 'cause I'm free. Won't let nobody tell me what I can and can't be. Oh no, no, no. Try to hold me down, I won't engage you, 'cause your words ain't worthy of my time. So you think you're better than me, that your words and opinions have more quality. What you can't understand, too damn arrogant to comprehend. Baby, don't you know ain't nobody gonna make my plans, 'cause you can't catch me, 'cause I'm free. And like Indy, I read my creator, didn't make no mistakes on me. You can't reach me, 'cause I'm free. And my soul is unconquerable. No man can take that away from me. From me. Oh, you try to tear me down. Try to bring me to the ground, but no matter what you do, or if I fall, I'll rise higher and higher and higher and higher until you can't catch me, 'cause I'm free. You won't ever see no chains on me. You can't reach me, oh, 'cause I'm free. And my soul is unconquerable. No man can take that away from me. From me. It's me. And I'm free.
Like, I'm speechless. God damn, that was good.
Great.
Oh, I love the message too. Unconquerable. Come
Yeah.
on. I love it. It's fantastic. Thank you so much for being on the podcast with us today.
You're welcome.
It was a blast.
Yes.
And we got to do it again. And so for the Edge podcast, this is Mike G, and for Joannah Z, say goodbye.
Bye. Thank you for having me.
Find her on Facebook, find her on the World Wide Web, and then find her at your local pizzeria. And no, really, like, and then we're going to, like, the Celebrity Theater, and then start to see her right at
Comerica
the
Theater.
Comerica Theater. And yeah, you're up and coming. I wrote this down. I said, she's got it.
Oh,
Whatever that it is.
that's so cool.
You've got it.
Thank you.
So again, for the Edge Podcast, this is Mike G, and we're out.
Decoding visionaries and subcultures. The Edge Podcast with Mike G is brought to you by the following sponsors. Thank you for your support.
Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort.
Cause I'm the type of nigga that's built to last. If you fuck with me, I put my foot in your ass. See, I don't give a fuck cause I keep belling. Yo, what the fuck are they yelling?
Don't push me cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my